Alright, so I don't have a copy of this book, or this short story, because I got it illegally. But I have a cat for you.
Hello everybody, my name is Markiplier and welcome to Raft.
So The Raft is a short story by, of course, Stephen King, and it is a story about these kids going out to the lake. Randy, Deke, Laverne, and Rachel. They go out to the lake and they swim out to one of those rafts that stays in the middle of the water, like out on Oriental Parade for you Wellingtonians. You swim out and you just hang out there and then you swim back. And they swim out there, but then they cannot swim back because an oil slick comes and starts to eat them.
One by one.
She squirms. She squirmed, but really she love. See, you can hear her purring. I was actually really hyped to read this story because I really like it. Kind of has like a Jaws concept to me, or something simple like a cabin in the woods, but it's a raft in the water. And I was thinking it would have some interesting psychological elements, like maybe the characters would start pushing each other into the water or something. Like there would just be a deterioration of this micro-society that's forced to exist on this raft as this thing circles them and makes sure they can't get back to the car even though they can see it across the water. And it didn't really go that route. The first girl goes, and then they all freak out, and then the second dude, he's like, I'm gonna swim for it, and then he gets killed as well. Spoilers. And then the last two stand there for a bit, and then they have sex, and because they have sex, one of them dies, and so it's the last person, and because they're so miserable, they kill themselves by letting the creature eat them. I'm ignoring the fact that they hit, what was her name? I think they, smacked Laverne, twice. Both guys, the guys smacked her a lot. I was like, oh, and they kept talking about, oh god, I wish I could smack a woman. It's like, stop! Steven, stop! And I really think there was kind of some wasted potential in the psychological factors, because it was mainly just getting really mad at the one screaming girl, but bitch, I'd be screaming. There's a motherfucking oil slick, murdering oil slick in the water. She's allowed to scream, but they never scream and they smack her, which I don't find very comforting or very nice. But overall, I was actually quite disappointed with this Stephen King story. I watched the Creepshow 2 adaptation of it, and that was actually even worse, because they actually set it during the daytime, because they were on a cheap budget, so they set it during the daytime, but this actually takes place at night when it gets cold, and they're all stuck on the raft, but they're also wet. And so they have to, kind of huddle together for warmth, but also the guys are like, gay bro, and he doesn't want to cuddle with one girl because it's you're cheating on your boyfriend. Or cheating on you with the other guy who's dead. Basically, yeah, there's more. They don't do the psychological element, they just do, oh, you're totally cheating on me. It's like, bitch, there's an oil slick in the water. I wanted this to go Lord of the Flies, and it didn't. So I'm actually going to give it 1.5 kings, and the reason it's 1.5 rather than, say, 1 or 0, is because it is a great concept. The concept of being stuck on a raft just so close to society, or freedom, is amazing. That's kind of the same concept as Cujo. So Cujo is alternatively titled, What Else Could Go Wrong? Stuck in the car, and you can see the phone, and you can see the house, but you can't get to it because there's something lurking around you. So I think, yeah, those two parallel each other, but Cujo is a much better version of that isolation, but so close yet so far idea. If you want to read something like that, that's about isolation in a microzone, I would totally read Cujo first, but yes, I think I overhyped myself for what kind of story this would be, and it did not turn out that way. So, I wouldn't recommend it, but that's just because it didn't fit the needs I had. Alrighty. See you next time when I review. I'm working on Bag of Bones, but it's a big-ass book, alright? I'm going on a plane soon, so hopefully I'll have 12 hours just straight reading that. I'll tell you. If it's not that, you'll know I've given up on it.